What's up, guys? Today I'm making this video because what I did was I fucking recorded a bunch of Terraria gameplay and then I fucking deleted it. So I'm having to make this video now. And to be fair, I was gonna make this video anyway, but I figured now is probably a good time since I don't have anything else lined up. And basically, what this video is about is something that I've noticed a long time ago, and it's really been bugging me. And it's the fact that everything is a business. And I'm not talking in like every single person that tries to start a business is a, some fucking retarded sack of shit and they need to die or whatever, whatever Hassan believes. It's just in a way that basically everything ends up making so much money that the people who came up with the corporations are chasing profits over the actual quality of the product that they are pushing. The first place where I sort of noticed this, again, I noticed this like a while ago, maybe 3 or 4 years, probably even longer than that. But the first place where I noticed this was the music industry. And I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. And it's the fact that, people like, let's say, Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, fucking Bruno Mars, all these people, right? They make like the most generic, same sounding shit ever. And essentially what it boils down to is these artists that they're not making music for themselves anymore, or even to begin with, someone like Sabrina Carpenter, there's no way she ever made music for herself. Like, I don't believe that to be true ever, right? Maybe she did, maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm trying to say is the product doesn't matter anymore. Like, all of these songs, they all sound the fucking same. Like, if you take Sabrina Carpenter again, I don't want to shit on this person, right? Because she's just doing whatever her parents fucking bought the placements for. But every song sounds the same, dude. Like, Man Child, was it Please, 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 and fuck, Espresso, right? All of those songs, they sound the fucking same. They're just like these formulaic, clippable TikTok songs, right? Bruno Mars, his recent song, he got so much backlash for it sounding exactly like his other tracks as well. Taylor Swift republishing the same album like fucking 30 something times. To get the top sold album of the year. Like, these people, they don't give a fuck about this, music as an art form. They don't care about improving. They don't care about testing boundaries or anything like that. They just care about making money. Like, they care about the shareholders. That's all they care about at the end of the day. And also, like, can you really blame them? When your whole career is basically just going into an office, a bunch of people in suits saying, this is what you're gonna do. And then you do it, but you get paid fucking however much money, they make. Like, can you really blame, Like, nowadays, people don't even make music anymore. Like, you don't really have bands that are big anymore. People have ghost writers, they'll have ghost producers, they'll have, like, the only thing they really do is show up and sing. That's the only thing that they do. Like, and, they'll say people like Ariana Grande or again Sabrina, like, they write their own music, they produce their own music, and I'm like, okay, like, maybe they do, but it's so hard to prove unless you are in the room with them during the creative process, if you know what I mean. Like, you just don't know. You have no idea whether they do or don't actually make this stuff happen, that you don't know. Like, okay, they might be good performers, but do they actually write their stuff? I don't know. It's so easy to just go into a studio, book a session in, and be like, okay, I'm just gonna film a bunch of content about fucking how I work on my own music in a studio, and then you clip it and ship it. Because at the end of the day, your brain is just gonna fill in the blanks. They're gonna see like Ariana Grande in a studio, gonna be like, oh my god, she's so talented, she's so good, and it just makes everything feel soulless. Everything is just kind of shit. Like, now you have infinite retakes. Back then, like, I hate to sound like an old head, but when records were a thing, like, whatever you did, like, it stays on there. You could hear mistakes in some of the Beatles tracks. I think, I'm pretty sure there was no perfect take. Like, you do a take and it's good enough, and you sort of ship it out, and that's just kind of how it was. You record it, ship it, and that's it. People weren't scared to push boundaries. With art is probably the biggest industry that suffers with this, because, like, to me, what makes music interesting is how people use sounds, is how people write their lyrics, how people choose to express themselves. I hate this, like, easy to digest, easy to listen to music. It just doesn't mean anything. You just can't. The best thing I can sort of compare it to is doom scrolling. You're just kind of listening to the song and you forget about it as soon as you stop hearing it. It's just like, it's like doom scrolling on fucking Instagram for an hour. Like, you could not tell me the last 5 reels you watched. You just couldn't. Like, everything now is just made to be as optimized and as quick and as cheap to shit out as possible. And it's not just music that suffers with this sort of business model. It's literally everything. I mean, think about phones, you know, like early 2000s. Like, yes, okay, you know, I've got nostalgia for the 2000s because I'm a millennial or whatever the fuck. But every phone looks the same now. Every phone does the same thing now. Every phone, like, it actually doesn't matter what phone you have anymore. Like, nowadays, it really doesn't. There's no experimentation. There's no new ideas. There's nothing. Like, that's why you have companies like Nothing, like OnePlus back in the day, you know, these like enthusiast fucking companies that just pop up, but then eventually they end up making so much money they fall for the same tropes that make them the same as everyone else, and they just end up losing their identity. You know, you're already seeing that with Nothing. So the only way that they can actually convince you to buy an iPhone over an Android or an Android over an iPhone is things like, you know, like the blue bubbles, like bullshit, whatever. I know some people really care about whether their people have iMessage, which nowadays, again, it also doesn't matter because everyone just uses fucking Messenger or WhatsApp anyway. There's no real reason nowadays to buy an iPhone over an Android, but those companies, they want you to believe that there is, when there really isn't. There's no actual meaningful difference in like the flagship phones that you could show me and I'd be like, okay, like this is why I will get the other one. All that matters now is like, do you like the fit and finish, and do you like the animations of the OS? You know, that's literally it. That's all that matters. It's the same with cars. Like, it actually doesn't matter what car you purchase. Every car looks the fucking same now. Tesla started off putting tablets in their cars and it was cool, okay? And now everyone does it, and I was just like, okay, like, can I just have a car that fucking works? Like, I guarantee you, if I showed you a bunch of headlights from like maybe 5 or 6 different cars, all in each different category, right, in the dark, you would not be able to tell me what fucking car is what. Every like car silhouette is the same now. They all do the same fucking generic colors. Every interior is the same. It's all just like, everything just feels shit now. There's no reason for me to get a Toyota over a Volkswagen other than like reliability, maybe, you know. And they still have, Toyota still has reliability going for them, although there are some people saying that, you know, like the 2024 25 models, they're really suffering. And we rented out, when we went to Lithuania, we rented out a brand new Toyota, I don't remember what it was, and a fucking VW T-Roc, okay? They both felt exactly the same on the interior. It felt like cheap shit Chinese plastic with cheap shit Chinese electronics, okay? Like, there was actually, you could take the badge away from the steering wheel and you would not know which car you're in. Like, actually, it does not fucking matter anymore. Everything is just like so optimized, so cheap to make for as much money as possible. It's actually like insane. And now they're fucking scrambling for things to actually make money off of, like BMW releasing their own bolts and shit, right? Like, it's just like actually insane. Like, they're trying to gatekeep the automotive industry from the common man. Like, BMW wants to make their cars as unrepairable for the common man as possible, because then they know you'll just fucking go to them and just pay whatever fucking bill, because they'll make everything so fucking confusing that only like trained technicians can actually work on it. It's like Apple, you know, like you can go to a third-party shop, but then you're risking it. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, if you go to Apple, even though they'll say, like, oh, you know, well, we couldn't fix your phone, you just have to buy a new one, you'll fucking trust them anyway, because, well, it's the fuckers you bought the fucking thing from. Like, everything just feels bland. Everything just feels shit now. Everything feels so cheap and just so rushed. Like, music, cars, food even. You know, food is getting smaller and more expensive, and, like, that's just how it is. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about it? I need to eat, you know? Like, what am I... Like, you try to start up... like, I don't know, some fucking like meat company, right? Let's say you're a butcher or whatever, and you want to be as big as, like, I don't know, whoever is like the biggest butcher in the world. There's just no fucking way. Like, it's actually impossible to get to the level that they're at because of brand loyalty as well. You know, people, it's the same, like, people will listen to Sabrina Carpenter because it's familiar. They'll listen to Bruno Mars because it's familiar. It's the same thing with cars. Same thing with food. People will buy that brand because they're familiar with it. And like, they don't want to try new stuff. It feels like hassle to go out of your way to try new stuff, you know? And that's what these companies and corporations are banking on. They know that it's, you know, potentially stressful buying, like, let's say a Dacia or a Fiat if you've had BMWs your whole life. You're way more likely to go back to an iPhone if you've had an iPhone your whole fucking life. You know, it's just like simple customer like economics, I guess, in a way, you know. Last thing I want to sort of touch on before I wrap this video up is gaming, right? Gaming is also another industry that suffers from this exact fucking issue. You know, FIFA has been doing loot boxes and packs for a very long time, and then all of a sudden Call of Duty started doing it, and then since COD started doing it, Battlefield started doing it. Since Battlefield started doing it, fucking everyone's been doing it. Fortnite came out with a battle pass. Everyone has to have a battle pass because everyone loved it in Fortnite. Okay, it's just something that feels so fucking soulless, you know. Like there's actually like, dude, most games that you purchase now, they all kind of feel the same. This is gonna stir up some fucking shit. This is gonna stir up some controversy. But if you showed me, if I was out of the loop for, let's say, 5 years, okay, and you showed me Battlefield 1 and the newest, like, COD or whatever, side by side, I would not be able to tell you which one is fucking which. Like, actually, they both feel like they play the same. And, like, okay, sure, you know, Battlefield has bigger maps, you've got vehicles, you've got different weapons, that kind of shit. It feels like this new Battlefield is more of a COD clone than it is a Battlefield. Does that make sense? The menus look the same. The shop looks the same. The gunplay feels the same. Dude, it's still a fun game, right? Don't get me wrong. It's still a very fun game. I still like playing it. But the cracks are showing, you know, after the game being out for however long it's been out for. People are starting to realize that, hang on a minute, this is just kind of a rushed piece of shit game. You know, it just feels the same. Everything feels the same. And what do I want from making this video, right? Honestly, I don't know. I just miss the times when things felt new and interesting and fun, you know? Like, as I was growing up, you had all these new, like, IPs and games coming out that they were so fun, like, they were so interesting, so cool. I remember Overwatch, dude. I pre-ordered Overwatch the day before my birthday because I finally had some money to buy the game, and I was so excited to play it, and it was so good. And then guess what? It became shit! You know, things like phones, things like technology, like there's no innovation anymore. Everyone, it's like one trend catches on and everyone fucking follows that trend until it dies. And then they feel like, oh shit, maybe we should come up with something new, you know? Going back to Overwatch, you know, like it's just, it makes me feel like it doesn't matter what you buy anymore. The company will find a way to make it shit, right? We got a new TV recently, me and my girlfriend, we got a brand new TV. I kind of wish we didn't. We had an old Panasonic plasma TV, right? Dude, we got a 4K QLED TLC TV. It's a great TV. The display is fantastic. But it's so fucking loaded with ads. The OS barely works. It bugs out sometimes. I never had any of these issues with a Panasonic TV. With a Panasonic TV, you just turn it on and it fucking works. Whatever's plugged in is what's playing. Again, I don't know what I want to happen realistically. I think this is just endgame capitalism. You know, everything is shit for as much as money as possible, for as little money as possible. You know, like I think this is just where things were bound to be headed. Back then, companies tried to be different. Do you remember the iPod? Was it iPod Nano or whatever, like the small iPod advert? All these like different colors that they released, like they were trying something new, something bold. iPhone 3GS came out. That was huge for Apple. That was insanely huge for Apple. All these games that came out in the early 2000s, you know, COD 4 was insane. You know, World at War was so good. Battlefield was amazing. Like, people cared about the stuff that they put out back then. And now it's just like fucking whatever. The pigs will eat the slop regardless, you know? If the only thing that's available is slop, the pigs will go for that slot because there's just no other options. With things like, you know, like Netflix saying, well, what was it, that person saying that now when you make a movie or show script, you have to make it so that people that are on their phones can also get the gist of what's happening. It's just like, instead of making something good that actually captivates the audience, you'd rather just shit out something fucking terrible. Because you know they're not paying attention to it anyway, and you know it's going to bring in money because they'll be streaming it, you know? Same with music, it doesn't matter. Like, people use music just as, like, background noise sometimes, you know? So, like, Taylor Swift releasing 35 copies of the same fucking album, like, it doesn't matter. People are just going to stream it in the background. And for the people that are the die-hard fans, they actually care about this stuff. But that's, like, such a small minority with someone that is so big. right? Like you get billions of plays, and maybe like I want to say maybe like 1% of those people actually give a fuck about you and your music. The same with games, like all of this AI bullshit, just taking shortcuts everywhere, man. Like it's just so tiring. It really is. Like it just feels like nothing makes sense to invest in anymore. You know, houses are shit. Like the newly built houses are fucking terrible quality. Like I'm sorry, they actually are. Nothing looks good anymore. All the buildings are just like these fucking big grey slabs. You know why? Because they're designed to just be fucking shat out within a month or two. You know, think about like all these cathedrals, all these historical buildings. Like people would work on them for years, decades even. Like some of them have only just been finished recently. And now you have like quote unquote architects coming in, designing all these buildings, and you just get this fucking what? Just like a big grey rectangle in the middle of fucking Bangladesh, right? There's no customer service anywhere. Like you call up and they've outsourced their fucking office to the middle of Bangalore. Like it's all just so depressing. Like everything is just so depressing. And like I know this isn't a new concept. This isn't something that I've discovered. Obviously, this has been a thing for a very long time. But it's something that's so frustrating as you grow up. You know, like things went from being super exciting when I was a kid to just feeling the same and monotone and just like nothing. It feels like it doesn't matter what you buy because whatever you were gonna buy anyway, you will have the same experience. But yeah, I think that's me done. I've been yapping for way too long. So yeah, if you liked this video, then like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next week.